I can't really tab out and give you the link.
Look,
it's the golden knife. But how to get it?
Just look on my YouTube channel.
yeah, I'm gonna go look for Justin.
Actually, I'm just gonna mute Simon because he's such a nerd.
Hi! Poor Sam. What is his water graphics?
Nerd is in his
Andy.
name, so.
Are we inside the hidden temple of Mithras?
What? Well, I'm right about to right now. And boop. Okay, like, in like a week, I'm gonna forget I muted Sen.
Watson, I need your help.
And be like, why is Sen so quiet? And I'll be like, oh
Obi
yeah.
is
What?
a nerd.
I'm Watson now.
You pull that lever.
What the hell opened? I don't know what opened. That's why I was so confused.
I'm gonna read it. Narrate it for you.
That's
He's a nerd.
That's just nerd. No, I muted you. Your mic is super quiet again.
You're a nerd.
I had Watson
you just
stuck
called me?
forever.
What'd you just call me? Sen?
Got 3 levers. Aw, man.
Nerd.
Sen, you are truly a nerd.
Nerd.
Sen, did you see that Facebook video that Jamie sent us? I can't hear you because your mic sucks.
What? Facebook video.
Wow, he doesn't even see it.
Yeah, I didn't even waste.
You remember that Facebook video you sent us?
Oh.
Jamie doesn't remember either.
Oh, it's open!
I'm watching it.
Oh, you found it? At like 1:30 or something?
No, it is.
Oh my god, I went for the love of potatoes. These cutscenes. No Watson, that one. Okay. Dun, dun. Look at my top hat. Dun, dun, dun. Hate now. Third person. Gotta go first person. Oh.
What did you just say?
Oh, I was like, what?
Okay, Sen, do I really have to get Photoshop skills out again?
That video is funny. All pictures of Obi.
Sen, can't take my joke. I really need that.
Nerd.
Okay, you know what?
Nerd.
You know what, Sen?
Nerd.
No, I was gonna go to sleep soon. No, I'm going on Facebook. I'm going on Facebook. I'm gonna find a picture of you. I'm gonna find another picture of you.
Hey dude,
I'm
it's a joke. Hey, you gotta stop posting pictures of me on Discord.
No, too late. You already reinitiated. It's your fault.
Excellent. Now, we should
Excellent.
find another way of getting out of here.
Figured as much.
Like here. Let's go on. Namely.
Get out pros, Obi. I'm posting it.
Photos, let's see. Well, you gotta go all the way back to the first pic, right here. The skeleton, zombie, creeper, spider, and slime. Minecraft. Wait, but what's right next to it? Gosh. I can't even tell if that's it. Gotta keep going up. This is the perfect picture. Save photo.
Obi, for reals, don't do it.
Nerd, son, stop calling me a nerd.
Not even calling you an nerd.
So, explain to me what this Facebook message says at 1:29 for me. Quote, Carter's without an apostrophe. You know, just 'cause. A nerd, and the letter under lowercase x and uppercase D. Oh no. I can't hear you say your mic sucks.
E.
Okay, now, I'll send this picture to Senin as
I'm doing this so that I don't have to do this, and then I can just pick whatever conclusion I want. Easy.
Is it?
Just trying to find out different clues.
Luckily for you, Sen, my tablet is broken. My drivers. Unluckily for you though, I was able
You're
to
on a
reinstall them. Luckily, I was able to reinstall them. Let me finish my story. I was able to reinstall some of the drivers, and I can use it. It's gonna look weird, but
A tablet?
it's gonna be good. No, you think I can play games on a tablet?
I think I have all the conclusions I could possibly get. What was I doing now? Oh yeah. You guys fighting?
What? No, I'm photoshopping Seven.
Dude, stop.
I'm not even doing noise. Noise.
Aha! Oh, that door leads. Guess I need to get Watson out, or I could just leave him. I'll probably just leave him. My stream! Oh, shoot, I think I opened the wrong one. Ah, whatever.
I have an idea of what I want to do. And I hope you guys appreciate this picture that I'm about to Photoshop and send. The quality of this picture sucks, guys. It's like really blurry.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Let's shoot all my potatoes.
They shoot all the potatoes.
Shoot all the potatoes.
This mechanism seems inactive. Most likely the door it controls has already been opened.
What? How the fuck am I supposed to... What? Got this, Sen. I got this. Don't worry. I'm a genius.
Master.
Bye, Sherlock. May you live in...
This mechanism's
Jamie.
Huh?
Do you know how to make a JPEG?
No. I don't know.
Yeah, never mind. I'll figure it out.
He is a nerd. JPEG.
Senate, you want me to stop or you want me to keep going? You know, I'm one
You're just gonna keep going if I say anything.
I mean, if you apologize, maybe I'll stop.
Sorry, Obi.
For what?
Calling you a nerd.
I feel like it wasn't really from the
I'm
heart.
in.
Senate, if you want to apologize, you can't say that I'm a nerd, okay? You know? The word nerd cannot be in the apology for calling me a nerd.
You realize he's in high school, right?
Who? Me?
Wait, what?
Justin? Justin?
Why the heck? Oh my. I don't even know why I have this golden one, but I think I know who the killer is. Just cause
It's me.
it's me. I think it's let me see. What's your occupation? Continue with the baths. You met him in Egypt. I think he was the one that did it.
It's fair.
I think it's this guy, just cause of I forgot the guy's name.
I think it's this guy because he doesn't look good.
Looks pretty handsome.
His name is Percival Binkhorn. I feel like he's the one, and I just don't know what murder weapon though. Is it the silver knife or the water knife? I mean the ice knife. I would think it's the not the right person. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Wish you were able to watch the whole thing so you would know what actually happened, but I'm just going by like speculation of what.
But it is him?
No, I don't know. I'm trying to solve the crime with my knowledge, but I'm just gonna go with it. See if it's right. If not, oh well. So I got out of the puzzle maze. Oh my god, sin. This is like my third case that I've done. There's like 2 more in this game.
You're gonna beat the game.
I'm feeling rather uncomfortable. Why have I been put into these cuffs?
You know if it's wrong.
I fear that you had better get used to them, Mr. Blinkhorn. They are your reward for the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe.
What? No, that's a lie.
It is regrettable, for you are a talented archaeologist. I will request that you are placed in a prison where you are unable to dig an escape tunnel. That is, of course, if they decide that you shall live. The consulting detective who salutes your intelligence in performing the perfect crime, yes, but also the gentleman who detests your motivation.
You know nothing.
You wish to be the one who would reveal this to the world.
Is that the golden knife? How?
I also like to dig, you see. I only followed your trail. Such a pity that there is always someone willing to steal your credit, wouldn't you say? And there was the chance of a lifetime. You had to take it. It was not to be shared. But now I am here, and there is no one who will stop the tread of justice, Mr. Blinkhorn. Goodbye.
Was I right? Wait. Oh, that was right! Oh my god, I was right!
You're right.
I was right with the person and the weapon. Yay!
Damn, son.
Yay! But man, I feel so bad that he killed the guy.
Yeah, that guy. I thought you were wrong for a second. I was like, what? How?
I mean, he killed the guy. The other option was to, I think, condemn or some other one, and it's to give him the credit or something like that. You want to see the other ending? I'll replay it so you can see the other one. I'll just pick whichever one I like. I already know the answers. Pretty impressive. Last time I got Anthony to help me with one, and then I ended up being right. I was listening to him. I was like, okay, I won't help you anymore. Like, yes, my gut instincts. Absolved, he devoted his life to discovering the golden knife. If he had been given the opportunity to claim ownership, he would not have killed Bentcliffe. So this is the other option. So you have to pick who the killer is, and then you have to pick what you want to do with them. Like, it's, man, so many options. I told him, I'm terrible at decision games. But I love the puzzles.
Mr. Holmes, what happened?
This.
Is that the golden knife? How?
I also like to dig, you see, Mr. Blinkhorn. One never knows what one might find. Occasionally, remarkable rarities, such as this. The thrill of the discovery, and one's own enhanced reputation. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, are you suggesting that...
I am not suggesting anything. I know. You found the knife. You are an intelligent man. The ghost knife shall remain one of the most ingenious constructions I have seen in my career, I do assure you.
I don't understand.
Yes, you do. I am praising your performance, your perfect murder.
What? Wait, are you accusing me of murder? No, I deny it.
Mr. Blinkhorn, it is no use to deny it. I know the truth. You had no choice. Because it was you who found the golden knife, and therefore you had to be the murderer. Sir Rodney was determined to receive all the credit for the find, when in fact it was your work. He would have crushed you to be sure that you could never tell the truth. But I uphold the truth, and I will tell it.
What do you mean? That you will save me?
What I mean is that you deserve a second chance. I shall be following your career with the keenest interest, Mr. Blinkhorn. Farewell.
Gosh, I'm so torn. Oh my god. So the other one is you throw him in jail, and this one it's you give him. You basically let him free with his glory.
I'm in jail. F that guy.
Yeah, I feel like
He murdered someone.
He's a nice guy, but that's
But he
true.
murdered someone.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. I gotta go back and redo it. Sorry, San. Gotta watch it all over again. I'll just skip through it. But
I'm gonna go take a shower right now. It's okay.
go die. He shouldn't have done that. Smart man, smart man. Yeah, I can see every single pore in freaking Watson's face.
And it has its pores.
I'm feeling...
I'm gonna try and skip through all this.
That is, of course, if they decide that you shall live.
You know nothing.
You wish to be the one who would reveal this to the world. I also like to dig, you see. I only followed your trail. Such a pity that there is always someone willing to steal your credit, wouldn't you say? But now...
I read the Abbey Grange affair. I don't know if I remember this. Pretty sure I read it.
The game is afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come.
Well, he's saying Watson's naked.
I'll wait for you in the sitting room.
Ew.
I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance,
Watson's
it has
so
always
tired.
turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
I don't know how
However,
to keep
I
it,
regret your
so
fatal habit of
everyone
looking at
seems
everything from the
fine.
point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Going to bed?
What? No.
Okay. Well, you know this telescope? This is the 4th game. I mean, mystery in this game. And every time I look in this telly, this lady is still, like, looking in here. It's so creepy.
Nice.
She's so
The letter is on the table.
Yeah, Watson, let me talk to you.
I agree with you,
Or-
Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
So
I'll
cute.
never do that again.
The letter is on the
Good. Yes. Table. He died. They killed him. Feels bad. I mean, he killed him, but
the letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
table.
I accidentally made the picture I was sending like really small, so I made it bigger. But then
I
it
can tell from
pixelated it, like,
Lestrade's
a lot.
handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. A wax seal with the monogram
I did send to you, so I went to
E.B.
take a shower.
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always, it appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Onwards to Abbey Grange. Wait, does he say he was going to shower?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Oh, great.
That's why I asked you.
He's gonna miss the beginning of this whole mystery, and like, and
Well, you can watch it back if it's streamed. You can watch it back if it's streamed.
okay, it's true.
He's gotta stop calling me a nerd. This is the reason why I robbed him. As in, I'm photoshopping pictures of him because he called me a nerd. By the way, I sent you Justin's name.
Oh, okay, I'll fix that soon.
I forget what I made it, but it was something about
Ah,
what he
Mr.
said.
Holmes and Dr. Watson,
Question
here
marks.
you are.
I had
I'm very
question
glad that you
marks,
have
but
come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
It
Wait,
Lady
wait,
Brackenstall has come to her senses,
Yeah.
and she has given so
Talking.
clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Lady Bracken's...
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting
Oh my
Inspector
gosh, this is the
Lestrade
first
in
time
this
they have
investigation.
ladies in here.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was
We're
troubling
just in
you?
good.
He was not a nice man when he was drunk,
Not saying
and
anything.
he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you... Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Started the new case and
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
every eyelash, man. It's pretty impressive.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one? This photo... So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Did you spend your whole time building that?
Yes.
Whole time doing this.
Yes.
A trap.
I can't use
These scratches are
Sure,
most
close
definitely
to
made
to
by the
enjoy.
picture frame.
No, don't.
Do I get an
This
apology
is Sir
sign?
Eustace's safe. There may be
For what?
something important inside. I must ask Lady
Couldn't hear you,
Brackenstall to
might
open
cut
it.
out.
Calling you a nerd, I'm sorry.
No, I would like that in a full sentence.
I'm sorry.
That's not a full sentence. So,
I'm sorry.
Lady Brackenstall, could you
I can
open
tell
this
that
wall
you're not
safe?
going to say it in a full
No,
sentence. So.
it is my husband's
Sorry for
safe.
calling
I
you a
do not
nerd,
know the
oh.
combination.
Okay.
We have to open
Apology accepted. Send.
For
it.
real.
Your ladyship.
What?
He's blackmailing.
I don't. Why are you scared of just pictures?
Weird.
What?
Mike's cutting off.
I think he's doing that intentionally.
You.
I'll send it to Jamie then instead.
Yep. You guys are gonna keep talking. I'm gonna mute you. They keep talking and then I can't hear you, and then it's just like a blur of everyone talking in the midst of the story. I'm just like, this is serious. Someone has died, Carter.
Jamie, this is more serious, Jamie. I died on the inside a long time
Oh
ago.
my gosh.
I'm gonna go back to watching anime.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
My mistress is very tired.
The body is still in the dining room where the murder took place.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
A fur trader's cabin. The head was cracked with the force of the blow. That must be the murder weapon. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. Barefoot, quite a large. Barefoot. That must. It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation. It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me. It appears. Chateau Calon-Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru. Chateau. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. This glass. This glass. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear. A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed. A fur trader's cabin. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there. The hunting. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. A bottle of wine is missing here. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware. The hunting scene.
Death.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me. This is the chair.
I've searched outside for footprints, without any luck.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your ladyship?
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much
I've certain...
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire
Finally get
on
to
this
use
case.
dog. He doesn't even look like a bloodhound. He's so wrinkly, you know, tired looking.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe...
Guys. Is he following me? Come here, Toby. The store of Abbey Grange is something different. Brought the dog with me.
Search, Toby.
Oh god, I'm playing as a dog. I walk so slow. If it goes to the shed, oh my god. Would not let me go in the shed earlier. Now that I have a dog, I can.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware. Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Now what? God, he scared me.
Lady Brackenstall was on that chair too, Toby, but we are searching for another trail. The scent leads to the well. I should check it. The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route. Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. This hook might be useful. This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty. Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
Eh?
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
Is this the silverware?
Silverware? This is hardly a coincidence. The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
Well, Holmes, do you have a lead?
Dr. Watson, it's Mr. Isa Whitney. He says it's urgent.
Isn't that the fellow we found in the opium den while I was undercover there? or am I mistaken?
Yes, the gentleman whom I wrote about in The Man with a Twisted Lip. But I must go. This addiction of his causes irreversible damage.
In that case, I shall continue the investigation alone.
I hope that you'll tell me everything when I return.
Your partner, Watson. Sorry. Partner just ditched me.
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope. The fibers from this cut appear to be different. If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original. Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery. Lord Ramsay Brackenstall, Lord Brigham Brackenstall, Sir Warthen Brackenstall, Baron Lyndon Brackenstall, Lord George Brackenstall, Sir Warthen, Lord Brigham, Lord Ramsay Brack. We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
Oh.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Well, that's it? That's all I get?
Let us try. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number. It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Make Sherlock a criminal?
Antique
Pick that so
coins,
easily.
possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
I keep talking to myself.
Antique.
Not to me.
Well, I mean, I would be, but you're not watching the thingy.
You know.
Not.
I'm watching Hunter x Hunter.
Oh my god, Anthony's watching Hunter x Hunter.
I should stop then until I get my body pillow. He
Like on
promised it.
episode 58 or something. I'm just like, no, not really. Doesn't. I don't want to
I'm
seem
more
like a
excited.
pedo, man. 'Cause they're so young.
No, it's not like that. It's pretty good. No, but I'm more
Oh,
excited
tell
about
him.
the body pillow.
Tell him Naruto died.
What? I'm not gonna believe that.
Wait, no, tell him,
Tell him to send me my body pillow already. I need it.
No, you don't, Carter. You don't need that. He's gonna send you the one that you can make a hole out of. Okay.
No, I not that one. The other one.
Mm-hmm.
The one I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Yes, yes. Please. Do not send that first one to my house.
Hey, Carter, what is this? Your mom opens it.
Okay. If you do send it, please warn me. Like, I need to know if you're sending that to my house. Okay, I'm just saying, like, warn me at least. Otherwise, like, that could be bad.
I have a guess that the guy was not killed by the robbers, but by the lady. It was an accident, and her. What is it? Was her maid? It's like. Feel like that's might be the reason.
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me And all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
Oh, what
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal. Holmes, don't look at me like that.
Oh, what a horrible...
Stand there.
No?
Well, so I was gonna ask him what his thoughts were if he was still watching this. Guess not.
I think he would say that Carter needs his body pillow.
Jesus, don't need a body pillow.
Jamie, I'm very lonely. Please send it. Not for the reasons you think of, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna cut a hole in it, Jesus. In 1 year, I will prove to you
Watching for a
that
little.
I have not.
What are you watching?
Your stream.
Oh, you are? So what do you think?
Watching for. It's pretty cool.
I mean, like, who do you think would have done it?
I mean, I was watching like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I have a guess. Carter, please.
What?
Please. You should just get a plush of Rem instead. So there's no chances of you making a hole.
From
Unless you make a hole in the plush, then that is...
Yeah, you're weird.
Anthony promised a body pillow.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'd be happy with a plushie, but like, I don't think Anthony's gonna do that at this point. I feel like he's really happy to send that to me. I think too happy, actually,
Here it is.
which is concerning. But I doubt he'll change his mind. So, you know, I mean, a plush would be nice. So. Just, and that way, you know, I
The
cannot
shipping
cut a hole
company,
into that.
the Adelaide Southampton
I would
London
not anyway.
line,
Jeez.
and its address.
Don't be dirty.
Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But
Watson
I
is
have
busy.
another
What the
solution.
fuck? Just
I'll call
lying.
in the specialist. Bray. Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere nearby?
He's right.
Wiggins, would you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
I left it right.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
It's Thomas Walker. Thomas Walker.
Thomas Walker. Randomly pick a...
Perfect name.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be
That was
involved.
close. It was Jack Crocker.
Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor.
He's the one
He
that-
was the only one around at the time of the murder.
So now we gotta find a Mr. Jack Crocker. Mr. Crocker.
Mr. Crocker.
Yes, Crocker. Do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Double your pay, Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
His very nice eyes.
No, he doesn't.
He has very nice eyes.
He has a nice ass beard.
Look at that crotch shot.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
Dang, he got you.
So, work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
You have all the puzzle pieces already?
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Oh my gosh, I'm apparently going to answer already. Yeah, Abbey Grange is the shortest one. Alrighty. I thought there was usually 4 conclusions, but... What do you think, Sen? Think it's a sailor? What?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. How many conclusions are there? I thought there was usually 4, but I don't see a 4th option.
Who's the Randall?
Oh, they're apparently like a group of thieves consisting of a father, a son, and 2 sons, and they were trying to pin it on them. So that's what it made to look like, but they didn't steal anything much other than the silverware, and the silverware was found in their well anyways, so
Yes.
I want to say it was an accident.
An accident.
I don't know. Damn it. Is there a 3rd option? Is there a 4th option? Then, if the sailor wasn't involved, then who tied her?
I'm gonna say the guy's lying.
I think it's the captain actually killed him.
Wait, no, his eyes said he was honest.
Yeah, I said it was honest, and it says here that he had a confident demeanor.
And he wasn't like that.
That's the hard part. He's a capable, honest man, well educated despite not being very wealthy. He was in haste. What? He was in haste. Means people can clean his boots. He cleaned his boots before heading out. Thing is that Sir Toby, the good bloodhound of England, he sniffed his way from the shed to the well, up over the wall. Want to say he's involved.
You should probably trust.
Oh, where's my news articles? I thought I had it here. What? Here it is. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I would like to still think that it was an accident, so I'm gonna try to absolve Captain Crocker and see where that leads. Right, ready?
Ready.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots
yeah,
were
I
sailor's
forgot
knots,
it was a
and not
tall.
least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
He was on that ship for 6 months.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us.
Ooh, Sin, you
I
right.
admit that I loved Mary.
No, you were
the
wrong.
first day that I met her.
You thought it was an
I never
accident.
did come to visit her,
Yeah, but then
for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane.
we never talked to this guy yet.
I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear, and it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
What are we doing? Are we fighting? Are we fighting again? Yo, yo, yo! Fighting!
I'm not there yet.
Oh, hell
This is-
no.
Oh shit.
Messed up the first time. Hey. He fighting me for? I'm not going to send him to the
Please
cop.
forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity.
Oh, you should have
and
seen
your
the
words
first,
and deeds
the
have
first-
far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker. We'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the
Such an
evidence
awkward
shows
fight.
that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night.
I think I did the right answer.
Yeah, but he killed someone.
Okay, okay. Like I said,
Inspector,
it was on
I'm
defense.
afraid that the murderers have escaped
That's true.
us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Got all the clues. Conclusion is correct. Resolved it. Okay, so the first case, there was like an all-out brawl. Like the guy punched Lestrade in the face and he got knocked out, and then I did like super kung fu moves. Did that
Yeah.
quick action key pressing. It's pretty intense. That one's pretty fast. It wasn't too intense. I think that was right. Like, that's why I thought it was domestic violence, because I thought maybe she was having like a chat with her husband and then it got physical, you know? And of course the maid would help her because she loves the maid.
That's right.
The maid was with her since she came to the place. But then, like, when they started talking about the sailor knot, and of course you gotta think about. I completely forgot that the rope that they got it from was that high. But the thing that got me was the boots. I can't believe that. I was like, the boots, because he climbed over a wall, so he had to step in all like the dirt and stuff. There was no footprints, but I mean, he climbed over it. So I would think that his boots were a little dirty, a little grassy. That's what I was thinking, anyways. Like, I wouldn't. He was helping.
Thinking like Sherlock.
Huh?
Thinking like Sherlock.
I'm like Sherlock. I missed a clue though. I completely forgot he was tall. I forgot the person that did it was tall, but he did have a knife. on him, and the knife was the one that cut the rope, so. I accept the decision. I think there's one more. Yo, 90%.
And
We'll let him go, and like the rest put the poor guy in jail. I only did it, he was just there, but I mean, should've just came clean with it, but I mean, if you killed someone, it's kinda hard to come clean with it, even if it's in Carter's my accomplice for future.
What?
What?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, this is the last
showing
one.
Anthony?
No, we're not gonna. This is on stream. It's gonna be forever on.
Oh.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Is this
Hello,
flies?
Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
Oh my god.
What?
Did you kill all of your
Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment, a theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Let us go. What are we doing? I kind of just phased out.
with bees.
Bees. Going to the gardens. You know, I like the voice actor for Sherlock. It suits him really well.
Very calm.
I swear there was a actual story called the Abbey Grange, and it was not that. I don't know. I read up to the Hounds of Baskerville, and then I don't think I finished it. I mean, the series, anyways. Man, this loading, though, this loading time. Oh my god.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
I'm investigating someone that stole plants? What the heck?
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us find someone who could help us.
Oh, I mean, thanks.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time.
Look at his eyes, those bloodshot eyes.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens, and that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glasshouse. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no
Bees.
guards here.
What?
Well, if you don't mind,
Bees.
we will take a look.
Bees.
Now, you say that it is in the
Weed.
large
Weed.
glass house.
Weed.
Yes, the one just
Weed.
behind me. Just a
Anja.
second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Another lady, finally. More ladies. I'm so sick and tired of guys. And there was one lady in the first case, and then now 2 ladies in
Here
the
it
last
is.
case. And
This
it
is the
was-
place where the stolen plants
It was
were
the
exhibited.
fastest case.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The 2 of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences.
What's that on his chin?
We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
Is that a band-aid?
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the Colonial Collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
That's why his eyes are
Of
red.
course, we understand.
He's been crying for 2 days.
The plants
No, it's
were
because
here.
he's been smoking
All
weed.
of them was
Oh,
stolen.
maybe. Haven't seen weed yet, but
Do not touch.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
nice. Plants from the east in the land of the rising sun. Does that mean from Japan?
That Weebland?
The Weebland? The Japon?
Weebland?
The Japon? The Japonais?
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Look at his pond. It looks pretty cool. I was showing Anthony the water texture, and he's like, "Is this Skyrim?" He spends so much time freaking putting mods into that game for just water. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so
He did
worth
that?
it. Yeah, that's what he did.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here. This door handle is new. It was recently changed. The door was smashed at shoulder height. Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Is it shoulder height? It is shoulder height. Huh? It's so different.
Blood.
Blood.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
Fell down, he says.
The esconson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
If he was having a heart attack, do you think he even has the strength to break open a door like that? Damn.
Yes.
These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our visit in the case of the Awakened.
That's it for here, Watson. Get out of my way, Watson.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building. Dry tropics.
Come back here. Oh my god, Watson, please.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked? Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder? I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection.
Alright, onwards to this Colonial Collection. I'm having a grand time. I feel like I'm in an actual botanical. I'm just like looking at all the plants.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire. Very strange. Half of the... According to the... The smell is strong. It is a detergent. This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture. These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
was murdered.
Water lily.
God, this is amazing. Looks like there are trees here.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
That was it?
Excuse
Speed.
What? Speed?
A task list for Albert, compiled by Martin Hamish. Sweep out the palm house, scrub the toilets, clean the storage shed tools.
Look at all this cactus. I mean cacti. Haha. Dude, it would suck if you fell on this.
These flower pots are beautiful. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. Dry.
Is there a botanical garden in California? Sen. What the?
There is a smell of burning.
What?
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
I was gonna say, is there a botanical garden in
A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the
California?
fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
They're in Hawaii. Hawaii.
Hawaii?
protective
Nah, we
mask.
don't have any.
A protective...
You're investigating.
Investigating weed.
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. A broom handle was half burned. The remains of a picture frame.
Blue smoke though. Oh man, am I stuck?
Water lily greenhouse. Dry tropics. Ventilation system. Seed house. Colonial collection. Palm house. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Nursery. A water tank. A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings. A
Object of interest. Remember, we probably have to come back here.
Locked. Locked.
Oh, they even have bugs on the flowers. It's pretty impressive.
Let's go to
Locked. Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall... I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
You're gonna be almost done.
This game? Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
Well, this is the last case, I'm pretty sure of.
It's
But, I mean, we just started this, so probably not.
A very good day to you, my friend. Is
Damn.
Inspector Lestrade?
How long do you?
I'm sorry, sir, but the inspector's absent.
Oh, well, until Anthony comes home. And I'll pause it. Mr. Holmes.